Okay, I know you guys have been waiting and I do apologize. Obviously, now I'm getting used to another new computer and the programs are just a little bit different. So, background's a little fuzzy today, but I don't want to mess with it anymore and then not get today done. So, what I'm going to do today is just a little more of the story, and then I'm going to read the introduction for my book. And hopefully, y'all have enough feedback. You guys can tell me what you think, okay? All the votes said yes. There was no one that said they didn't want to see it or hear it. So, okay. So when we left off, we were living in the car. Me and Wade were living in the car and didn't really know what to do next. Our connection had not exactly been severed, but it had been put in danger, and we did owe them money at this point. Now, what happened next was was kind of a stupid thing to do. Now, in the interest of the fact that in my plea agreement that I signed, I actually have immunity from any crimes or exoneration or immunity or whatever from any crimes committed before the date that it was signed. And I made sure to write that. I had them write that into it so that I could tell my story one day and we wouldn't have to worry about repercussions of things I wasn't caught for. So I can openly tell you what I did, and I'm not going to tell you by name the people that were involved that helped me, because again, I don't know what the statute of limitations is on counterfeiting money. So I'm not going to mention anyone by name as far as who was there. Just know it took about 5 or 6 people, including myself, to get this done in a timely fashion and to be convincing. So we had this kid that liked to steal things and come trade for meth, and we had some of our own personal stash, which was got from a different source, and we had enough to kind of trade with him, and we gave him a 16th, and he stole 2 brand new laptop computers for us, one of which we ended up selling and one of which we were going to keep, but we ended up getting rid of after we did this because we didn't want anything tracing back to us. We scanned in a $100 bill. We had to do the first side first and print out the first side. It took about 98% of the memory of that computer from brand new to that to do it. So we had to crash the hard drive and re-download everything and do it again for the second half of the bill. We ended up with sheets of $100 bills, and we cut them all free. We wadded them up, put them through the dryer, did different things to make them dirty and crumpled and not brand new feeling. And again, we did this on regular paper. We didn't have anything special going on. It's just like when you photocopy a 20 and leave it somewhere, it looks real until you pick it up. It was something kind of like that. Now, this was my idea because I was always thinking well beyond where I should have been thinking, considering my status in life or whatnot. And so I called up the runner for the Mexican Mafia, and I told him that we had a buyer that wanted to buy a quarter pound of meth outright, and he was going to give us enough money to pay off what we owed them and pay for the quarter pound of meth, which was going to come out to $3,600. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember the exact amount. So the runner met me in the parking lot of Escaleres, and we did the exchange. Now, I made sure it was like getting close to dark, so it was almost dark out there, so there was no sunlight. They can really see how well a job we did. And I took the roll of money. I had it rubber banded. I opened up the rubber band and I counted the money myself while he watched me. And then I rolled it back up and put the rubber band back on, handed it to him. He gave me my quarter pound, and I got the hell out of there. And it took him about an hour and a half to figure out that the money wasn't real. And then my phone started blowing up. So I had to shut it off, and we had to go into hiding for a little while. And that's where I'm going to leave you right now, because there is more to this story. But I don't want to take too long on the recording today, because I do want to read you my introduction. Okay. So, remember when we left off? I was on the run after ripping off the Mexican mafia. Okay? It's funny now, it was not funny then. All right. So I'm going to read my introduction to my book, and I would love some feedback as far as what you guys think. Here goes. There are thousands, if not millions, of people in the world who know a version of my story. My life's struggles have been fictionalized into books, and into books that most of you know pretty well, generally referred to as the Crank series. I know it's been a long time since the first book came out, and yet it seems there are many souls out there who still care about who I am in real life and what happened to me all those years ago and beyond and who I am today. So I decided to finally speak out for several reasons. Far exceeding any personal views on the matter of my life in general, I have a deeply fervent desire to speak directly to every addict out there. This desire encompasses all the souls that exist in any stage of the disease. Those in active struggle are just as important as those who have their monster under control, because when it comes down to it, we're all the same to our very core. We will never be normal in the general sense of the word. We are all warriors who have been brought to the ends of insanity and back over and over again. And I myself have proven that after strength has returned, it's still possible to fall from grace at any time. So for those of you that have not found victory as yet, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone and that none of us look on you with disdain because we know who you are quite intimately. And to lose faith in your strength would be to give up on ourselves entirely. I will be speaking directly to all of you when I tell my story because I believe in you and I know what you're searching for. I will be bearing my soul in hopes of saving as many others as possible. It is also important to note that there are many things about me nobody has ever realized. There are countless facets of my being that have been hidden away from the world, many of which I believe to be some of my greatest qualities. Because of this, I'm holding nothing back. I'm about to do the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, show the entire world every true emotion I've concealed somewhere in the place that I don't allow anyone to see. You deserve that, especially those of you who have stood by me for numerous years, never giving up on me. It's strange to me how I can have love for people whom I've never met, yet it's undeniable. I've built walls to protect myself from the abuse that the world doles out, and I find myself putting true love and trust in the hands of perfect strangers without a second thought. No matter what stupid or reprehensible things I've done, there are so many of you who have never left my side, and you need to know just how much that means to me. All of you are incredible and have helped to save my life more than once, and I will always be eternally grateful to you. I also reach out to the people who do not know or understand addiction, and those who are affected by a loved one who possibly seems like they will never come back to you. I offer you an opportunity to get to know me. In knowing me, you may attain a bit of insight into what your sibling or spouse or parent or even your best friend may be tumbling through. Perhaps what they may need to help them out of the abyss, or even what you may need in order to come to terms with it. They may seem like mere husks of the people they once were, but most of them decide to at least try to fight at some point. Many of them are not successful, and that's just the way it works out sometimes. But I truly believe that the number would be exponentially higher if so many of their friends and family hadn't lost faith in them along the way. You may have to leave them alone and wait until they reach out for your help, but don't turn your back on them. They cannot do it alone, I promise you. I'm inviting you into my heart and my memories to experience the hell they're living firsthand. I'm shredding my barriers so that you don't make the mistake of walling yourself into your own. I'm inviting you to see my turmoil so that you may one day help pull them to safety from their own maelstrom of desperation. Sorry, it's been a long day. Now I embark a long-awaited journey, and I feel safer knowing that so many of you are here with me, encouraging me to be just who I am and tell my story. These events will be as true as I remember them, and I do apologize ahead of time if a few things are a little fuzzy. The most important occurrences shine from my memory like brightly lit diamonds in the sunlight, and the seeming trivialities that stick in my mind like burrs in a sock will also be spoken of because I feel that these specific things have colored my entire life, or I would not still carry the weight of them. I am nervous and excited and scared to move forward from here, but I refuse to live my life in fear of the unknown. I am who I am as a result of a roller coaster ride of a life fraught with many mistakes, but I would not change anything. I embrace my past as a way to save others before it's too late for them. I have emerged from addiction into the light at the other side, but I remain ever vigilant of the monster in the darkness. Today I open my heart and I allow the world inside and invite you all to hear my truth. Sorry, my reading was a little bit off. It's really weird to read your own words to general public when you're nervous about writing them in the first place. But I would love some feedback and to see what you guys think. Um, it's really been fun today, and again, I'll continue the crazy story of the dumbness that I got myself into, because it actually has kind of a more shocking ending than you would imagine. Okay, guys, it was nice. It was great. I will definitely see you tomorrow. I will hopefully get a few of my issues here fixed. And don't forget, like and subscribe, share like crazy. I can't wait to finish the story tomorrow, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about my introduction to my book. All right, bye, guys.